Hello everyone. Guess who survived TwitchCon? Holy shit, I made it. I managed to get out alive. How are you guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome to our first one back since TwitchCon. I swear I'm here for a bit this time. So sorry. And also shout out to the YouTube crew who have stuck with me for the, oh my god, the fucking insane amount of technical difficulties I've had recently. I'm so sorry. I'm still working on getting the vertical live stream for YouTube up, by the way. I need to manually go through and fix it, and it's gonna take me literal hours, so I'm hoping to do it over vacations. Hi, everyone. Oh my god, Most Average Gamer says, hi, Diana, she returned and survived. I did! Oh my god, hello! And Lucas says, you're here for a bit, or you're here for the bit. My entire presence is a bit, so take it how you will. I am here for a decent amount of time, though. I'm not leaving again until... oh, what's happening? November, where we have sorry, not TwitchCon, PAX Unplugged. PAX Unplugged is the weekend before Thanksgiving, so that should be fun. I'm not really going anywhere for Thanksgiving, so I should be able to stream around then still. Not that it matters, because it's a Thursday, it's fine. But like, I will be back for, god, until December? I have a brief personal vacation at the very beginning of December where I'm just gonna haul my ass up to a little Christmas village and hang out. And that's not gonna be a content thing. I'm gonna make content while I can, but it's not gonna be my focus and it's not related to a convention. This is finally something I just get to do. So that's gonna be at the beginning of December. And then December 11th is the Game Awards. Guess who's gonna be there? Yeah, I'm going to the Game Awards. I'm gonna be the least important person at the Game Awards, mind you. I'm just a fucking seat filler, but it'll be fun regardless, and I'm excited. So I'll be there. And beyond that, I'm free until PAX East, I believe, in March. So yeah, I'm gonna be here. Let's see. People are talking about the busyness in YouTube. Hi, Vito. Hi, Wiseblade. Enigma Forge is also here. We have allegedly Macy, who's back. Hi. Akoto is back again as well. Oh my gosh, Bailey, I believe it is. And then Drodane, who says, I always enjoy that on the pre-stream graphic, our plants are alive. Nice to dream. Yeah, they're alive here. Can you imagine if I switched to offline and they suddenly died? How crazy that would be. Oh, it'd be a little too realistic. Also, Marathon says, I just got my Paxi badge today. Hell yeah! I'm so excited for PAX Unplugged, dude. TwitchCon was a little bit of a wild ride. I will say, the vibe was definitely off for obvious reasons, but there were some things that they did a lot better than last year, which I thought were fun. And it was still like a chiller con for me because I didn't have to spend the whole time doing networking. It was more just fun. The YouTube Creator Collective get together that happened was so much fun. Oh my god, I got so much free YouTube merch. It was so cool. And yeah, so Odie, hey guys, I want to say hi to officially Odin, the co-host for Worlds Apart. Worlds Apart's on a bit of a break, by the way. That's because Odin and Lav are hosting Friends, and the podcast is like the least like time pressure work environment ever. We're very chill about it because we're just there for funsies. So that'll be back next week, not this week. But Sinfulson says, hey everyone. Hi Sinfulson! And Christoph says, PAX East is in March? Oh no, yeah, they moved it back up to March. So PAX East is in March. It used to be in May, or was in May this year. I was actually quite happy with it being in May because it gave me a bigger break in the middle of winter, early spring. But they moved it up again. I don't know what the fuck happened, but oh well. Odie says we low vibes, it's the best way to be. It is! It's why you guys don't see like ad spots on Worlds Apart or anything like that. It's why you don't see us like pushing for it, is because we're just here to have fun, and we hope you guys are having fun too watching it. So far the reception has been amazing, and there might be some really fun things happening potentially down the road with regards to Worlds Apart and some of the things we've discussed on Worlds Apart. Nothing set in stone. Allegedly, in case my lawyer is watching. Kamashita says, Diana, don't forget to breathe. Oh yeah, where are my redeems? I don't have that overlay up. There we go. I have a hydrate as well. Cheers to Epix the Panda. We also have some new subscribers. Welcome back. Hello. Enigma says, did you see what happened to Emaru? Yes, I did. I watched the video. It was arguably like fucking insane to see how far. So for those who don't know, and I'm not gonna harp on it too much because I'll leave it to the bigger Twitch streamers who've been talking about it basically since it happened. But on Friday of TwitchCon, one of the streamers who was doing a meet and greet was assaulted by essentially like a crazed fan. Where she had been forced to do this meet and greet by TwitchCon. They basically told her that in order to do one of her shows and one of her panels, she had to do a meet and greet, and that was like their arrangement. But she wasn't allowed to bring her preferred security. So because the guy had been tossed out last year for basically like you know, holding another assaulter's arms behind his back until authorities could come, because she has had repeated issues, I guess, with random fans. And so she couldn't have her preferred security guard, but she had another guy just kind of off to the side. But TwitchCon security themselves wasn't super up to par, because as she was having her meet and greet, a dude stormed across several barriers, bypassed several people and the line, pushed past someone who was currently talking to her and doing their meet and greet with her, and then grabbed her. Mind you, this guy's like 2 feet taller than her. He's fucking huge. He grabbed her and tried to force her to kiss him. She pulled away. She like wormed her way out, and like security came around finally, walked up to him, but he just kind of walked off, and they hadn't caught him until a decent way later. It was an insane fucking situation. My heart goes out to Emery, of course, and it's like the situation that a lot of, especially streamers just never want to see happen. And the fact that there were so many failures in safety leading up to that was just abysmal. So things are a little bit tense right now with regards to TwitchCon. That being said, I saw a pretty decent time on my end, wandering around and saying hi to folks. The layout of the floor I actually quite liked. Didn't quite like how many IRL streamers were out and about. They're just kind of obnoxious. But the layout of the tabletop section was really great. Like, they weren't cordoned off and fenced off like they were last year. You could actually walk up and walk past all of the tabletop booths and like see them as you walk past without having to go out of your way for it, which I thought was fantastic for those businesses. But yeah. Let's see. Kashka said I saw the video, the security pushed him about 5 feet away. Honestly, should have pushed him straight the fuck out the door. Good God. She's pressing charges, thankfully. But yeah. Let's see. Oh my God, Natsu says, dang, Dinah gets 3 days of LA sunshine, comes back with a tan. She touched grass. Did I come back with a tan? Did I? Oh man. Whoops. Also, Kamashita says, did you get your books? I did! Can you see them over there? Yeah, that little pile right there. Hold on, let me see. Is it? Nope, that zooms in on me. There we go. There's the pile. It's like in the corner over there. Guys, for those who weren't here last time, Kamashita sent me the entirety of the Dresden Files series, including all the main books and the anthologies as well. I actually did the unboxing and I posted it on TikTok. So if you guys want to go over to TikTok, the full video and the reaction is there, and me going over what everything is in there. It's one of the first things I think I talk about. And yeah, Jayok says Dresden is good stuff. Yeah, so a lot of you guys said that, where like you guys really like the Dresden Files. Let me catch up on notifications, by the way. Vrogue is here. We also have Lady Alpha who wants me to hydrate. I can do that. Also, Duggan says just popping in real quick to send some food. Have a great stream. Dude, did you really send me food? Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, oh, my phone is like about to die. This is the last thing I'm gonna see before it dies. It's been on its last legs, which by the way, we're still raising money for a new phone. For work shit, personal shit. It's the same phone, so I'm just gonna give it a big upgrade and then put this one down, old Yeller style, I hope. Which means I'm gonna turn it into T-Mobile, and for a trade-in. But maybe then it won't lose so many of my fucking drafts. I could go on about this phone. I did it a lot last time, so I won't go on this time. But yeah. Anyway, Most Average Gamer says, did you do the block party again this year? I didn't. The block party's fun to do once, but it's very crowded, so I tried not to go again this year because I didn't want to wait in lines for food. And instead, I did what any person would do at TwitchCon, which is I fucking lost my ID and couldn't get into any of the major parties, and so I just kind of hung around and got dinner instead and vibed with friends, which was, honestly, I go to TwitchCon for the people anyway, so it was quite fun. And then, let's see, Scry Society says, take it down to the beach for one last pick and then put in the reset pin. My God. Luka also wants me to hydrate. I also have, let's see, one from Christoph, and then a bunch of subs to catch up on. Let me do that real fast. We have a normal glass of water. My YouTube water bottle's in another room. I'm so sorry. Mini Moonstorm, welcome in. Same with Gary On and Pedal Miss. Thanks for being here, you guys. Same with Imonite B. Wilkie. I think I said hi to Rogue already. Michael E. Hatch is on a 20th stream in a row, and allegedly Macy resubbed themselves. Allegedly Macy resubbed and then gifted 5 subs to the community for a total of 6 as well. Thank you so much, Macy. But we also have Nodster, who's back for 15 months. Great to see you. Great to see you. Oh wait, that's a 3, not an actual E. Hold on. Nodstreet 3er. And then we have, what else? Yearbud Dank, who resubbed. Welcome back, Dank. How's it going? We also have Lobra. Hey, welcome back for your 15th month, Lobra. Great to see you. And then, that's also a 0. I'm just gonna do a little thing. That way we know. I think the last one is Drodane, who is back once again. Thank you guys so much for your support. It truly means a lot to me. Your butt dank says, what's the title of the subboard tonight? I haven't thought of one. Do you guys have a good one? We're kind of continuing. Oh my god, Liam Draws started a hype train and sub with Prime as well. Liam, thank you. Oh my gosh, Draws _ welcome in. Welcome to the board of something. I don't know. I'm gonna say dice enthusiasts because I have something to show you guys. And you might have seen it on my story already or on the unboxing that I mentioned before. It's kind of hidden, but that's fine. Welcome to the board of dice enthusiasts because we got a special gift today from the one and only Ynir. Oh my god, Macy gets another 5 subs. Macy, thank you so much. Holy shit, that brings you to 11. Thanks for kicking off the hype train with a fucking strong vibe. Also Alt Cult over on TikTok says, why is she always serving? Thanks, I showered. I had to wash off all the con air, you know. Lukic says I wore her glasses changed before it was cool, says Lukic, me just being salty. Dude, yeah, so this comes from the same person. If you ever walk around a convention or you ever see your favorite content creators creating content and they have the coolest fucking glasses chains ever in existence on that have dice on them, chances are, like extremely high chance, that it came from Ynir. Ynir being an amazing, Krayak says the Nicolas Cage movie. Oh god, conventionaire. So let me show you this real fast. Ynir is essentially like a artisan dice maker. She makes all of these dice that have those like filaments inside that are super high level, have these amazing like designs on them. She also does dice jewelry where you can go in and you can get various forms of almost minimalist, like top tier fucking fashionable level jewelry. These are her actual dice. She's kind of considered one of the most top tier artists that there is in the TTRPG space, at least in my circles that I'm aware of right now. And she started the Monolith Collection Kickstarter. And as part of that, she gifted me a couple samples of what's going to be in it. For those who haven't seen it yet, it's all over the TTRPG space because we've been waiting on it for a fucking long time. She announced it forever ago, and we've been like frothing at the mouth for it to come out. This is a series of earrings with like earring cuffs, necklaces such as this one that you're seeing here, and also glass chains that have dice pendants on them. And you can swap out the pendants for different types of dice. I believe this green one is actually UV reactive as well. Yeah, there you go. It's super cool. If you guys use !monolith at any point, it'll take you straight there. And you can check it out for yourself. It's brand new, just launched today. And as part of it, she was super kind and sent me some samples of what's gonna be in it. So, of course, there's the necklace, which she told me was actually like a custom shade of green for me. I was not aware of that when I made the video, so whoops, but thank you, Ynir, because that's fucking cool. I believe the exact tone is CU Storm? Custom, I can read. A custom dark green dye for Diana, but the necklace itself is called the Refractor. She also gave me what's called the Ancillary, which is a glasses chain that is gold, and it has Violet Storm dice. Let me do this real fast. Let me do a little, I didn't do my nails, so you guys are gonna see the back of my hand momentarily, but this is Violet Storm. I got gold because gold is my color, personally. It's supposed to be based off your skin tone's warmness or something like that. Cashcal said it's Diana Green. It is. You'll see Wes, actually, Arcane Anthem's wearing these quite a bit, but this is an eyeglass chain, so I have my contacts in, so if I put these glasses on, it is gonna fuck up my vision, but I'm still gonna do it. All you have to do is you kind of slide these on. Let me do this real fast. And then back on. Yeah, people said purple. Exactly. So they have a bunch of different colors, including just like this minimalist, like almost white marble-ish looking dye. But the UV reactive one is really fucking cool. But yeah, and you can swap them out. So if you wanted to, for example, play, you know, a bit of a villain for a certain episode of your campaign, you can swap to red or dark colors. I can't see anything. Oh, if you guys, I don't know if any of you guys wear glasses or contacts or both, but the minute you put them both on over each other, it feels like you're actively losing consciousness just like all the time. That being said, there's the look. There's the demo for y'all. So I could, as mentioned before, essentially take off all these pendants, swap them out for different colors. The ones that she gave me are actually, let me see here, these guys, which are, oh my gosh, also incredibly pretty. Let me find the actual name of them real fast. Yeah, she gave me 3 spare pendants. The black fractal with gold metal is what she gave, so I could swap them out. and have like this, it looks like an oil slick to me. Instead of having the filament, it has like that refracting light, sort of like, almost like crushed, it's not strips, but it's like a sheet of stuff. Almost the same way gold foil looks, but it looks iridescent instead. But yeah, Crayhex says I wear both together all the time, otherwise I'm too good at seeing. Also, Miriax says those are librarian glasses jewelry. They're honestly making a huge fucking comeback, even with people just kind of existing in the TTRPG space. I see people with these on at conventions quite a bit recently, especially if you're going to like PAX Unplugged or Gen Con. Like, it's super fucking cool. It's a statement for sure. And then of course they act like normal glasses chains. They just keep them there. But yeah. Bubble Bath Pie in the Face, thank you for 75 streams in a row. Daydreamer also wants me to hydrate again. I can do that. And then let's see, I think, oh yeah, hold on. Natsu says it fits the rent your TTRPG from your library video this week. Shit, that would have been a good idea. Fuck. Okay, well, we're gonna pretend like I did that promo in conjunction with each other, because that it makes me feel like less of a dumbass. That being said, once again, if you guys want to check out the full extent of the Ynir collection, the Monolith collection by Ynir, it is all through here. You can check it out through !Monolith, and check out all the options. I honestly particularly like the earrings as well. I think they're fucking sick, because I think ear color earrings are amazing. There's also jewelry in here that's a collaboration with Samantha Bayart and Amelia Tyler from Baldur's Gate 3, so they're pretty fucking sick. There's a lot of options. It's a very sleek, very modern look, which we've always appreciated, so definitely check it out. In the meantime, what else is going on? What else is new? Ooh, man. I'm trying to remember. There's not much else that I can think of that I need to talk. Mr. Smile says, should we normalize wearing armor? Yes. Absolutely. 1000%. I'm a huge fan of like minimalist chainmail and minimalist armor and things like that that kind of like blends in with normal society. I saw the amazing Vane Virgo, most gorgeous human being alive, by the way, who had like a armor corset, which was the coolest fucking thing. I know some people also do crochet in the style of chainmail, which looks really cool. Also, Eli Hoover says, thought folks would like to know I'm dressing as Scooby-Doo while sideline reporting a college football game this weekend. For Halloween or for fun? Either way, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, Lucas says crocheted mail. I'm pretty sure that's a thing, unless I'm hallucinating. Crochet mail. Crochet mail can refer to a few things, including a crocheted mail organizer to store letters and other mail. That's not what I was talking about. Yeah, this like crochet pattern that looks like chain mail. I guess there is also like a crochet mailbox, but that's not quite what I had in mind. Also, Nostra says, did you get the rogue gloves in while you were gone? I did. Do you guys want to see? Let me see. Oh my god, David Oswald says Baldur's Gate 3. I can't wait to make my Deep Gnome Warlock. I've never once played like a Deep Gnome or Auto Gnome or like any other variety of gnome character or the, oh my gosh, what are, not the Dark Elves, but the Dark, fuck, what are they called? The other small ones. Snurflin? How do I know their the in-world name and not the, what am I thinking of? The Dwergar, thank you, that's it. Jesus. But I did get the gloves in. Yeah, I haven't tried them on though. Hold on, please hold. There we go. They're not the rubber glove style that I know you guys wanted me to try. And they're also not the Sphere Vin, says Drodane. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, let's see. These are what I have. They're a lot longer, a lot more like, they're a lot stretchier, which is really all I'm after, is something that won't make my hand feel like it's losing circulation. Here, let's do this. There we go. The ends are still a little bit, they're more rounded too, but they're still a little bit pointy, but they're a lot more in line with what I would expect for gloves, where it's not like the stitching is actively getting in the way and making it look weird. And also, someone said they are really long. They are really long, but it kind of gives like princess vibes in that sense. That being said, if I want to roll them up, I can, and maybe like do a little bit of a tuck to make it look more like what is on the photo. Oh, but then the seams show. It's gonna be a problem. I don't know. I'll deal with it. Maybe I'll just keep them long. I can roll them up to make a cuff, but then if the seams show, then that's gonna be a little bit icky. I could also just like kind of just mush them or roll them inward, perhaps. Michael says I had to grab black gloves that long for a Halloween costume. At least they're relatively cheap if you go to the right spots, because people, cosplayers in particular, are really big fans of them. Andrea, welcome in. Hi. But maybe if I do a little, if I fold it in a particular way, I might be able to hide the seams. Hold on. Yeah, how's that look? That's not the worst. I feel like it would fall apart instantly as soon as I get to a party, but maybe if I sew it like this, it could be bad. Tuck them, yeah. Also, JX says, okay, you roll them up to your palm, then roll the end back down over the seam to hide it. Roll them up to your palm. Okay, we're getting it, we're good. And then back down. I feel like that's just gonna come undone. It is the right vibe though. Maybe I should just sew it. Natsu says, I mean, she's wearing gloves to stop contacting another mutant and absorbing their power, so long gloves are appropriate. You could use shears and tuck them on the inside and then sew it. I love that you think I have shears. I haven't quite gotten to that level of Minecraft cosplay yet, but maybe one day. Also, hi, Palpatine's Fist. And Allegedly Macy says, Beauty and the Beast 2, where Belle goes on a quest to ask the Enchantress to turn the prince back into a hunky beast. Is that actually a thing? Is that actually a plotline? Listen, I haven't watched Disney movies, so it's 100% like totally plausible for me. Also, the Beast was objectively hotter when he was Beast than when he was a man. Hold on. We're doing a comparison here. Beauty and the Beast. What's his name? Does he have a name? It's just Beast, huh? Okay, so this is the guy. Right? Tall, handsome, hairy, has a beard. Oh, hold on. Let's do this as well. There we go. There he is. Even this, I feel like I would still take, you know? Take meaning, actually take it how you want to. Now it's just I have so much faith in your ability to acquire shears that you know someone that does altering. This is Oregon, damn it. That's true. We are like, what, the llama capital of the world or whatever? We have a fuck ton of alpacas lying around. I'm sure someone has shears. And then when he's in human form, where the fuck is he? Look at this. This is just some dude. This is just some guy. Where's his beard? Why is he suddenly a redhead? Oh, well, I guess he kind of had... No, he's got more red hair now. What is this? HG says the only thing that would make it better for Diana was if he had tentacles. I have great news for you about the Ariel movie. Christoph says the Beast was hotter as a beast. Diana, once again, putting her zoology degree to use. Oh, that's what we should do. We should play, oh my God, what is it called? Metazoa, sorry. Metazoa is the actual thing. Do you guys want to play Metazoa? It's been so long. I'm craving it again. It's been a hot fucking second. Also, Lady Alpha wants me to roll a giant D20. Yeah, I can do that. Alpha, when you roll a giant D20 or when you ask me to, usually people ask a question that they want answered by the D20, fortune teller style. What question would you like answered? Also, your bud Dank says he was 15 when he was cursed. Is his human form age or is he still 15 when he changes back? Oh God, yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Is he? Because this, like, the Beast looks, he looks a lot older than 15. This dude looks to be in his, he's in his late 30s at the earliest, right? Allegedly Macy says, is heading off to work. Have a good night. And let's see, Mirek says this is a biologist who now has learned of a different definition of take. So then they have to take that extra moment to decide whether you mean take as an injure kill or take as in have fun with. I'd rather take the Beast either way. Oh my gosh. Here's the hold on. No, it's like 3 pixels. Never mind. Mirek says, isn't Belle like 16? I remember that. Oh my God, is this him actively losing his beard? God damn it. Granted, it was just a chin strap at this point, but fuck. This man, he glued down. Oh my God. And then there's also this, which is fucking horrifying. Anyway, not to says someone clipping Diana taking the Beast either way. Oh, and Lady Alpha wants me to ask the dice, how will my next game go? Ooh. Yeah, let's find out. Also, Drunkle Vlad and Maze Umbra, Nikki B, and Andrea, welcome in, you guys. Hello, hello. Drunkle Vlad says, you know, we men use beards like some women can use makeup. It just takes longer to put on. I speak of personal experience. Oh, 1000%. So like the way that you trim your beard can kind of contour your face a little bit. I feel like it also kind of falls into, here we go. Here we go. It falls into the same vibe as hairlines a little bit, except with the hairline you have arguably less control and yet more control. Here we go. I wonder if beard transplants are a thing. Here's a giant T20, by the way, for our one and only Lady Alpha. Christoph is also given Bardic Inspiration, which means that we will roll an additional D10 on top of this. HT also says beautiful dress. Thank you. It actually has a hole in it, so I can't really wear it outside of stream. So we're calling it good. Let's see. I'm just going to roll it really lightly right here. Oh, that was a 4. That's not good. I am so sorry, Lady Alpha. I don't think your game's gonna go well. Maybe keep your head down a little bit. You know, don't try anything too crazy. Don't wander down any corridors without sending the party familiar down it first. Oh, Miriak, bestowed advantage. I'll take it. It's a little late, but I'll take it. But we'll shut it off after that. We'll roll one more time, only because 4 was an abysmal roll. And I like to think I give people good luck during their games, not bad luck. Here we go. Off the chair. 18! Significantly better. Oh. Hell yeah. All right, 18 for your game. Hope it goes well. Oh wait, hold on. HG says there's hair transplants, so it stands to reason that beard transplants probably exist. That's what I would have thought. Also, Drunkle Vlad says, why do you think my Goliath Barbarian has a beard mimic? Goliath and canon lore don't grow beards except Grog. Yeah, so if you have the Belt of Dwarven Kind, I believe it is. Also, hey, Epic. Guys, I want to say hi to Yoso Epic, someone I met at TwitchCon, who says, hey, Diane, it was great seeing you this weekend. It was great seeing you too, dude. Welcome in. Notster's also here saying, with a 4, it sounds like your game is going about as well as my session last night. Full of mirth and innuendo, but little advancing of the plot. That's a really solid way to interpret a 4, honestly. Also, Zach, hello, is saying popping in for streak mid-commander game. Good luck. Listen, there's more than one way to wipe a board, I'll tell you that much. Worst case scenario, just flip the table. Zach Devane also says that dress is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, thank you. And Eli is also here saying hello. What else did I miss? Aureus had subbed with Prime. Aureus, thank you so much. Here we are. And then also Drunkle says it's 2:30 a.m. I just saw you on TikTok and seen some of your vids, so I figured I'd pop in at least. Hi! Oh my god, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I've been pumping out a lot of content on short form platforms lately. It's only because I had to sign on with a lot of different, what do you call them? Promoted posts to be able to afford all of the cons that happen around this time of year and to get caught up on finances. So I'm trying to put out more content so that way you guys aren't just flooded with promo after promo after promo and like it's always evened out. So that's why that's happening. Is it hectic? Yes. Is it overworking myself? Absolutely. But I'm not gonna, you know, I do my best to make sure it's not seeming like I'm a sellout. Christ. But Aureus, thank you so much for the sub with Prime. Let me get you on the board. Aureos. And then there's some numbers there, right? Yeah, 13. Welcome to the board of dice enthusiasts. Brought to you by Ynir. Nonser says, was TwitchCon where you were staying in a 3-tier bunk bed, or did I hallucinate that? It was, yeah. So, God, that stream was, I did a little bit of a stream during my TwitchCon stay, and I was in Arcane Anthem's glamping tent. If you don't know Weston, Arcane Anthems, he's an amazing TTRPG creator, also in the space, does a lot of short form content, and has like just immaculate style. And oh my gosh, Marathon is on a 7th stream in a row. Hi! And then Notster says, is that Twitch provided tent? Absolutely not. This was in someone's backyard. Wes has like a huge glamping tent with a 3-tier like bunk bed type situation in his backyard, as well as a heater, an air conditioner. It's next to a pool. Your Tank says Twitch Olympic Village. Oh God. It was really nice, but the internet was a little iffy, so I apologize if the YouTube stream this week was a little bit off. It's only because I have iffy internet. So it might also be that my phone is fucking dying, so that might be a decent part of it. But yeah, Nasser says, oh wow, in their backyard, that's epic. Yeah, it was super cool. Honestly, it's a really fucking nice tent. It did get a little bit shredded through a recent storm, so they might be replacing it with a proper like hut of some variety, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. Drunken Vlad says, any tips for a first-time DM who bit off a bit more than he can chew? There are 6 players, and I'm starting them in the Feywild. I can share the race and class if that helps. Utter chaos, though. Ooh, make sure you have the Feywild decently planned out. I would also say, are you doing a homebrew game, or are you doing something that's like an existing module? because that will really determine where things go. 6 players is a bit rough, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. I've DM'd for 9 before, and 7 happens a lot. 6, I would say, is a bit on the safe side, but definitely don't go less than 4 or more than 6 if you can help it. Also, Javib says, what's the Halloween costume? We're doing Rogue this year. That's what the little gloves are for. Homebrewed using Exandria as my main plane of existence. Okay, why are they starting the Feywild, I would say? Because if they're in the Feywild, they're gonna want to stay there and they're gonna want to explore. So I would definitely recommend taking some form of story from something else, at least until you get to Exandria and you know what exactly the motivation is. Is they're gonna want another motivation, and if they don't have a motivation, they'll just explore, and then you're gonna have to come up with a bunch of shit to throw at them. So definitely, like, look into random little Feywild adjacent modules, or look into Feywild monsters and build something around that. So hopefully that helps. Essentially, I know Homebrew kind of thrives off of not having a plan, but when it comes to the Feywild, you should absolutely have a plan. Oh yeah, Drunkelvat says I want to do a reverse campaign. Instead of visiting the Feywild, they visit Exandria, post Critical Role Season 3 or Campaign 3. Gotcha. I mean, honestly, I don't think 6 players is the problem there. I think that could be a lot of fun. I think making sure that the motivation still makes sense is probably what matters. And then also having it integrate in with the players' backstories, because their backstories are going to have something to do with either the Feywild or Exandria, and making sure you're paying attention to them and to that and to their needs is a good sign. Especially because so easily they can get caught up in Feywild courts and all that, so. But Claytonia says, what's good, chat? Hope any con goers enjoyed the town. It was fun. Dude, San Diego has some solid food. It's been pretty cool. Let's see. Also, Wiseblade says, do you know of any dice sellers that sell each individual polyhedral die in a different color? I'm planning an introductory TTRPG session for some friends and remembered an older video of yours. Yeah, Total Party Chill. I think if you're thinking of like a polyhedral set where every single die is a different color, yeah, they have in their shop somewhere. There we go. They have the old school D&D dice in a learn to play set, which has all the different dice be different colors. And you, as long as you have it written down on your side, you can tell them like, hey, roll a D12. By the way, that's the blue one, and something like that. And that'll either that, or you could take like a bunch of different sets of dice and just like split them up and then peek over at their side of the table every now and then. But this is a lot easier, and it also matches the really, really old school like depictions of polyhedral dice where they were all of these colors. So it was super cool. Oh my gosh, they also have a little mystery dice. Aw, that's cute. I love Total Party Chill. They're really cool. I'll put this in the chat for you in case you need. Wise Blade, you're over on YouTube. Let me drop it on YouTube for you. By the way, if you guys aren't subscribed or otherwise existing on YouTube, highly recommend. There's some exclusive content for members over there. TikTok also has exclusive content, which is mostly unboxings and things like that. I don't really do stories on anything except for Instagram and TikTok, so be sure you're following there as well. And then Twitch is really the main streaming site, so there's a little bit of something everywhere. Doggy Juice says, I still have an old school set from first edition in a box in my closet. Shit, that's cool. Oh man, okay. What were we gonna do? We were gonna do Metazoa. Oh my god, do you guys wanna play? All right, here, hold on. Let me get you guys over here. Deuce says, also don't forget to check your friendly local game store. That's right. A lot of them sell single D20s. I don't know if they sell full sets that are like that, but it's worth a shot. And then Vito says, oh, I forgot you played Daggerheart a while back. How was it? It was crazy easy to learn, honestly. I don't know how I feel about having such creative freedom, only because I'm someone who absolutely loves crunchy games, right? And by nature, Daggerheart has a lot of situations where it's like, oh, hey, you know, if you happen to be able to use this skill, or like talk to your DM to see if this skill or background thing that you have is relevant. And like, I enjoy that for new players. That's not my favorite style of game. I think my favorite TTRPG still to this day is going to be Dread, because it at least leans into it and makes it like, it's not a mix of crunch and story, it's just pure story. D&D is pure crunch almost. Hey Reaper, how's it going? But I do like Daggerheart as far as the fantasy storytelling elements go, and the dice mechanics are fucking cool. I love them personally. I really want to play more. I'm excited about it, and I'm glad it's doing well. I actually got to sign some Daggerheart books for the first time at PAX Aus as well, and that was so fun. I never considered myself like a Daggerheart influencer, but I did start tagging all of my advice that's pretty general and not D&D specific with hashtag Daggerheart in my posts, which I think has helped, because it is honestly not system specific, you know? Hey, Dr. Norp, how's it going? And hey, Bug. Let's see. Also, Kamashita says, by the way, you should know the Dresden Files TTRPG is digital only for rulebooks now. Okay, that's not bad. I usually prefer digital versions. I just like the physical versions to have on file, to look cool on the bookshelf, and that's about it. Matthew Gray, speaking of which, says, any advice on Grim Hollow? I'm considering adapting the lovely Arcane Library horror series as an option. For 5e, Grim Hollow is a really solid bet. I really like how well fleshed out and well thought out it is, especially because the Ghostfire people know what they're doing, for sure. I don't know anything about the Arcane Library so much outside of like, oh my gosh, what is it called? Shadow Dark. So, Occam's Laser says, I'm DMing Night of the Hogman on Saturday and I watched the one you did on YouTube. Now I'm here. Hi. Hi. Oh my God, Hannah would love to hear that. Holy shit. Night of the Hogman was so fun too. I really like that game. But yeah. All right, cool. Let's hop into Metazoa. For those who haven't played Metazoa before, this is an interactive sort of game. This is where we are going to take 20 guesses to guess an animal in the animal kingdom. It is going to be basically starting off at the Metazoa, like the multicellular animal level of detail, and then we're going to guess any species, and it'll tell us something like, you know, what do you call it? Order-wise or species-wise or family-wise that has that species that we guessed and the goal animal in common. You'll see what I mean when we get in, but someone shout out an animal. Drunkle Vlad also says my players are fun. A Fairy Drake Warden with a Mushu-based dragon, a Fey Aasimar Grave Domain Cleric, Phantom Rogue, Oath of Elements Paladin, a Wild Magic Sorcerer. Oh, solid. Someone said bird. So we do have to go into actual like species. But someone said jackal, which is a new one. Yeah, let's try jackal. So what'll happen is either it'll tell us that we spontaneously guessed jackal, or it'll tell us something that a jackal and the species we're trying to get to have in common. So we're kind of like guessing our way closer and closer to the species. Oh, that ain't good. Oh no. Eumetazoa, also known as Epitheliozoa or Histozoa, is a basal animal subkingdom. So we're not doing good. Essentially, a jackal and our creature have something in common that's way at the fucking trunk of the family tree here, which ain't great. It basically means it's a multicellular thing. So maybe it's aquatic. It looks like a lot of these examples are aquatic, so we can try for some aquatic species that don't have, it looks like probably not a spined creature. Tuna has a spine, right? No, do fish have spine? Fish have spines. Someone says sponge. We could try like sea sponge. Wolf would be a bad second guess. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it's anything close to being related to a jackal. If we do sea sponge. Oh no. Oh, that's even worse. What the fuck is between a jackal and a sea sponge? Ugh. Okay. Maybe we do need to go more in depth. Someone said jellyfish. Jellyfish is a good one. And if this doesn't work, we'll go back to the spined things, because maybe I'm wildly wrong. Indiana Bones, welcome in. Hello. And Fingergun says, Dinah, have you ever done anything with movement in combat? I'm trying to allow my players to disengage without taking OP attacks so they can move around and fight more. I wonder if this will become too broken, or if there's maybe a better idea to address this. I'm not good at balance. I am definitely the wrong person to ask. I know that the mobile feat and various other feats give you the option to disengage for free, so I feel like that's probably a solid... Oh, a Nidarian! Oh, yes. Okay, we're getting closer. This is closer than jackal and sea sponge. So a Nidaria, it's the phylum under kingdom Animalia containing aquatic invertebrates. So we're right about invertebrates, and we're right about it being in the water. So that's good. Drunkle says try a one-celled creature. Like a bacteria? That's a different kingdom though. So the animal kingdom, I think by definition, is stuff that has multiple cells. I think. Potentially. Someone says anemone, squid, nautilus is a good one. Wiseblade says that dice set is exactly what I was looking for. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yay, I'm glad. And then also Silver Helix says, is Metazoa, or however this website is spelled, free or is an account required? It's free. It's super fun. It's only once per day. It's very much like Wordle, but they have a plant version as well, so you can guess different plants. I just have a zoology degree, so I do this. But you have like training modes where you can go back in and do different animals that they've done in the past. So I saw someone say squid. Oh, there are one-celled beings? Isn't plankton one-celled? Oh, that's true. Someone said eel, someone said squid. Let's do squid. Oh my god, there's different kinds. Let's do vampire squid. It's spooky season. We have to do vampire squid. Damn. Okay. Bilateria. Oh no. So bilateral symmetry during embryonic development. That means that body plans are laid around in a longitudinal axis with a front and rear end, as well as left-right symmetrical belly and back dorsal surface. That doesn't help me much, but that means that it's not a squid and it's not bilateral. It does show jellyfish here though, so it's closer to jellyfish, kind of. Silver Helix says, I feel like I can heal a few IQ points that I've lost this year. Oh man. Someone also said flatworm, someone said eel. Let's do eel next, because that's a good guess. It might also be bilateral though. We'll do an electric eel. Ooh shit, electric fire or moray eel? Damn, this is like choosing a starting Pokemon. Let's do fire eel. Damn it. Damn it. It's a utilostome. Ugh. Okay, so it's not a bony fish. We know that. It's an invertebrate that's a jellyfish, hydroid, sea anemone, coral, and some of the smallest marine parasites. Can someone think of a marine parasite? Blue sea dragon? I think that's also bilateral. It definitely has a skeleton though, right? So we're thinking invertebrate. Same with an eel, I'm pretty sure. Mr. Smile says that's a really poisonous squid from Australia with blue tips. Ooh, yeah, the blue ring octopus? Ah, it's not on here. Also, Reaper says, thank God it's not a boner fish. Tapeworm. But tapeworms are not aquatic, are they? Are they? Are they considered aquatic? Let's try. No, shit. Ugh, tapeworms are way the fuck over here with the clade of protostome. Okay, so it's not annelid. It's not an annelid, a mollusk, a bryozoan, or a brachiopod. This is fucking hard, dude. Okay, what's close to a jellyfish that's not actually a jellyfish? Someone said coral. Can we do just coral in general? Will it let us? Brain coral. Sure. I'm losing brain cells. Let's imagine a normal brain and see if it gets us any closer. Holy shit! That was it! Oh my god. Who said coral? Paladine's fist? Well done, dude. Holy shit. Amazing job. Can we get some dubs in chat? Some claps in chat? That's amazing. It did only give me one coral option, but fucking brain coral is a wild pull. Diplora, it says, a monotypic genus, so it basically only has one species in it, of massive reef-building stony corals in the family Mussidae. It's presented by a single species, Diplora labyrinthiformis, commonly known as grooved brain coral, and is found in the western Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea. Huh. That was really quick, though. That was super fast. Let's do a practice game. Give it one more shot, chat. Who wants to start us off? It's an elder brain? Dude, can you imagine a coral elder brain? Oh, that would be sick. Oh man. Also, Necrobius says, the dice mechanic is stable, but my brain is mush. Hi, Necrobius. Oh god, and Nonster says we have to do plants now. I don't know anything about plants is my thing, so I wouldn't be able to guess through the family tree. But someone says start with lion, says to Marathon. That was the first one I saw, so let's give it a shot. Hopefully it's something that I can actually fucking recognize. I didn't study fish, so... Oh, shit. Oh, hey. We went a decent way. It's a Laurasia theria, sorry. A superorder of placental mammals, so it's got a placenta, so it doesn't lay eggs, that groups together true insectivores, bats, carnivorans, pangolins, even-toed ungulates, odd-toed ungulates, and all their extinct relatives. Fuck, that's like everything. God damn it. There's a hedgehog in here. That doesn't narrow it down. Okay, well, we know it's probably not a canid. Lions, right? They're carnivorous, like, you know, canids. So I don't think it's anything along the lines of a cat, dog, fox, puma, anything like that. It's probably also not a bear, because then we would have gotten closer. We could try, someone said anteater. Are anteaters? I was thinking along the lines of marsupial. We could try anteater. Gustavo, hey! Also, Drunglevlad says human. We are to animals, theoretically. I don't think we're Laurasiatherian. Oh, well, we might be. I have no fucking idea. Gustavo, welcome, man. Also, Equinox, I didn't get you on the board. I'm so sorry I missed that. Equinox 4, welcome back. Thank you so much for subscribing for 22 months. And then Gustavo has been subbed for 4. Welcome back, Gustavo. Is it VQ? IQV. Great to have you, dude. Porcupine, platypus, or sorry, Palpatine's fist, so definitely not a platypus. I don't think so. I don't know. Let's do porcupine. I'm kind of curious. No, it's not a porcupine. Porcupine's also going in the wrong direction, which I would not have guessed. Good to know. Elk, yeah, so we could do ungulate. Someone else said red panda. Red panda, I believe, is also going to be along the same lines as lion. Oh, well, it might not be. Let's do red panda after this. Yeah, an artiodactyl. Artiodactyls are placental mammals belonging to the order Artiodactyla. Typically, they're ungulates which bear weight equally on 2 of their 5 toes. Oh, okay. So it's gonna have hooves? And then whales are also here because they're descended from ungulates. Or like that sort of thing. So anything that has hooves. Think about hooves. Rhino? Is there rhino in here? Rhinoceros. No, not quite. It looks like a rhino is further up. Maybe a zebra? A dik-dik? Ooh, let's do dik-dik because it's funny. Hold on. Dik-dik. Not found. God damn it. Fucking censored. Okapi is a good one. Okapi is also not found in the database. Is it, maybe a tapir? Do tapirs have... Tapirs aren't hoofed, are they? What am I thinking of? No, not quite. Yeah, tapir's in the same vibe as a rhinoceros, apparently. Similar to an elk. Yeah, a moose? We could try moose and see if we get closer. If not, it'll give us the same, like, ungulate sort of direction. Okay, so it's not a moose. But it is a cervid. Oh, it's not a cervid. Okay, so it's not a cervid, so that means it's not gonna be a moose, it's not gonna be an elk, it's not gonna be any sort of deer or anything along those lines. I think camels are also cervidae. I'm not 100% sure. So we have to go back. So we gotta think about like giraffes, camels, I guess this boar, a whale, I fucking guess, a bison, something that's got hooved feet, sort of. Also, Weebad, hi! Lucas says Dick Dick, Lucas silly as their name is. Can we look at photos of those after? Carefully searching that, absolutely. A horse? Is a horse a cervid? I actually don't know. No. What is happening with this family tree? How come cervids are all the way the fuck over here? And then horses are all the way the fuck over here? Okay, Perissodactyla is odd-toed ungulates, an order of ungulates, which includes about 17 species, including rhinoceroses, tapirs, and horses and zebras. Okay, so it's not a rhinoceros, it's not a horse, it's not a tapir, it's not a zebra, but it's also not an elk or moose. So we're thinking the weird artiodacts. I think donkey and mule are a little too close to horse, but it's something in between. A kangaroo? I don't think a kangaroo counts, because I don't think we're looking at a marsupial here. I don't see anything here that has patches. Yeah, it's a placental mammal, not a marsupial. Maybe we could try buffalo? And then Mirex says, then do the killer whale for shits and giggles. Swing that pendulum hella far. Let's try it. Really? Jesus fuck. Okay. So water buffalo is part of Pecora, an infraorder of even-toed ungulates, or even-toed hoofed animals with ruminant digestion. Most orders have cranial appendages projecting from their frontal bones. Only 2 genera lack them. Okay. So we're not thinking sheep, it's not giraffes, it's not any sort of... Oh, there's the little vampire deer. It's not a pronghorn. Okay. But it's a fucking elk? Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, we're going backwards. I know what's happening. So it's not a giraffe, it's not a water buffalo. I guess we'll do whale? Orca, killer whale? Yeah, we'll see. Swing the fucking pendulum. You're kidding. That worked? Okay. Jesus fuck. Mountain goat and sheep are a little out of the way, but we do have Whipomorpha, a suborder of Artiodactyls that contain all living cetaceans and the hippopotamids. This makes it a crown group. Oh, look at that, they're royal. So it includes whales and hippos. I saw someone put hippo, dolphin, and manatee. Oh shit, manatee is a good one. Is a manatee in here? Manatee. No, but it's in the same area. Oh no, it's not. Where is it? Where the fuck? Oh, it's way the fuck up here. They're unrelated? I thought they were related this whole time. Okay, people are saying hippo. Let's try that one because we're running out of guesses and I feel like, yeah! Oh, amazing. Fuck yeah. Let's see. It's right outside hippo. Yves said hippo. We had a couple other hippos. Mr. Smiles also recommended hippo. We had a couple folks. Congrats. Welcome in. Congratulations. I don't know why I said welcome in. I'm just doing my default welcome. I'm gonna say welcome to Weebad though. Thanks for popping in the middle of all this chaos. Claytonia says, yeah, the Artiodactyl, I didn't see it needed to be hooved. I guess. What the fuck do hippo feet? What do hippo feet look like? Oh, but it said they have the majority of their weight on 2 of their 5 toes. This looks like a lot. I guess it's 4. Damn. Interesting. This just reminds me of that one scene in Fantasia, honestly. Claytonia says hooves ain't toes. Hooves are toes. Well, like, okay, so hold on. Hoof, skeletal structure. You guys are gonna freak out at this. So the way hooves work is it's essentially like standing on your fingernails. And let's see. Where's the particular one I'm looking at? Let's do this. Fuck, let's not do that. So this is a horse. And it's essentially like one big finger bone, I'm pretty sure. But I guess I'm wrong. Oh, also someone said don't forget to look up Dick Dick. Dick Dick. Animal, just to be abundantly clear. Yeah! Oh, these silly little guys. Oh. They're so small. This guy's also quite smiley. Look at him. He's just having a good time. Jordan, that's why horseshoes are fine. Yeah, it's like drilling into a fingernail functionally, which makes me wonder what we could do to tortoise shells, you know? But this is a Dick Dick. It's just a smiley little fella. He's got the teeniest little horns and the most ridiculous looking head. And he looks like someone drew him poorly. He looks taxidermied even though he's alive. French-shaped, yeah. Cutest animal with the worst name. What does the name come from? 4 species of small antelope in the genus Madoka, all of which live in the bushlands. In the bush. Oh, it comes from the repetitive dick sound that female Dick Dicks whistle through their long tubular snouts when they feel threatened. Ah, they're like Pokemon. That's cute. Also, Donkey Juice says, aren't shells part of a turtle skeletal structure? Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about like the way, yeah. Don't put a horseshoe on a turtle. Don't quote me on that. Also, let's see. Drunk of Vlad says, let's start off with T-Rex next, or the closest relative, which is KFC. Dude, fucking God, I'm hungry. I also don't have any updates on Treat Stream from whoever sent it, but I think they skedaddled, so sorry. I hope it gets refunded. I was just checking. It's been suspiciously long, so I was like, oh, the store might be closed. I might have to fully redo my Treat Stream at some point. Should we do one more? Oh my god, Palpatine's Fist says, oh, I'm working on a bayfront, and I went exploring one day and found a sea turtle skeleton. That's cool. Oh no, it did work. Oh, it literally just came in. That's crazy. I just got the notification. Cool. Also, Mr. Smile says Colonel Sanders is related to a T-Rex. That tracks. I feel like a T-Rex would be either incredibly pleased or absolutely fucking horrified by just the very concept of KFC. I also tried KFC in Australia, by the way. It was actually pretty fucking solid. I quite liked it. It was weird having to pay for ketchup though, and they call it tomato sauce. And it wasn't just like out and freely available. So that was weird. Vito says it was fun hanging out. I gotta get going. I'll see you next time. Bye, Vito. It was great seeing you. Okay. We'll do one more, because this is fun. Autism Gaming says, can you do one more? And can you start with platypus? Absolutely. Platypus. It's a mammal. Oh, great. So the answer and platypus have this in common. So both of what we're looking for are mammals. So that's good. That knocks out a bunch of fucking... It knocks out a bunch of ocean shit, I guess, which is good, because I don't know shit about ocean shit, personally. Let's see. Oh, Oh, wait, hold on. Drogo Vlad says, I mean Sanders Kentucky Fried T-Rex. T-Rex dyed, oil, fried chicken in oil. Full circle. People are saying otter and dolphin. Let's go with otter. We actually haven't guessed otter yet. River otter or sea otter, chat? I'll let you guys decide. Dolphin, the asshole of the ocean, says Weebad. A lot of people really like guessing dolphin for this game. I mean, it's pretty close. So, river? We're getting a lot of votes for river. Oh, never mind, it's even. I don't know how the fuck you guys managed to do this. Every time I ask you guys for opinions, you always tie it up. Okay, we're getting a lot more for sea otter now. So it swung over to sea otter. Let's do sea otter. Hey, they're both eutherians. That doesn't help. Eutherians, also called panplacentalia, is a clade consisting of placental mammals and altherian animals that are more closely related to placentals than to marsupials. So it's not a marsupial. That's all we got. I'm willing to bet it's also not aquatic, but sea otters are canids, aren't they? So it might not be a meat eater? Perhaps? Try wallaby? We know that it's not a marsupial is the thing. Try human. Ooh, will it let me do that? No, shit. Okay, well, We know that Boreotheria, we did this last time, it's an order of placental mammals that groups together superorders, I'm not pronouncing that, and Laurasiatheria includes groups of diverse as giraffes, pigs, zebras, rhinoceroses, dogs, cats, rabbits, mice, bats, whales, dolphins, and simians. So we know it's not one of these things that's highlighted. Bobcat would fall under cat. Red panda, I actually don't know where red panda would fall under. I think that is also in the same like general vicinity as, I mean, it's in the same vicinity as bears. The bears are in the same vicinity as dogs and cats. Aren't moose aquatic? We could go back and look at, so we know elk is up here, but maybe it's like some variety. Well, is it bobcat or puma? Badger, says someone. Oh, let's try badger. No, shit. So it's not a mustelid, it's not anything close to human, but so what the fuck is not in the realm of giraffes, pigs, zebras, rhinoceroses, sorry, dogs, cats, rabbits, mice, bats, whales, dolphins, and simians? Ursus maritimus, the sea bears. What if we just guess like, oh my god, what are they called? The sea bears that are like teeny tiny. Hippos? We could try that again. If it sends me back down the rabbit hole of counting toes, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, so it's not in the hippo family, which means it's not related to a rhinoceros or anything like that. What the fuck is this? Reptiles! Shit, oh no, it's a mammal. It can't be. We could try, well, no, because bats are in Boreoeutheria, and we know that that's not it. But it's a mammal. Well, seal is down here, but seals are mustelids, I'm pretty sure. What the fuck? Do we do rodents? Have we done rodents yet? A platypus? We guessed platypus first off. Wolverine, I think, is along the same line as badger, so I don't think that would work. Manatee is a solid guess, but that's also along the same line as... Is it? Manatee. Oh shit, manatee worked! Afrotheria! Okay, we're getting closer. So the thing we're searching for and a manatee have Afrotheria in common. So they're both in the superorder of placental mammals, the living members of which belong to groups that are either currently living in Africa or of African origin. So think African animals. Golden moles, elephant shrews, otter shrews, tenrecs, aardvarks, hyraxes, elephants, sea cows, and several extinct clades. Nice, okay. Oh, these guys are so cute. So it's like a little shrew, maybe anteater, that sort of vibe. Vole is a good guess. I saw vole fly past. Vole is not on here. Sea cow. Sea cow is a manatee, isn't it? I think. Oh, tardigrade. Yeah, that was it, Deuce. That's what I was thinking of. Let's do... Ooh, hyrax. Only because I'm curious what a hyrax is. Charcolatier has recommended it over on YouTube. Let's try hyrax. No. Damn, what the fuck is a hyrax? Oh, what the fuck? What is this little bucktooth man? Oh, that is so cute and yet so kind of disturbing. Look at the way it's showing up on the fucking TikTok stream is hilarious. All right, we'll just leave that there. So let's see, African animals, Pumbaa or Timon, forget the animal name. Oh, you're thinking of muskrats, is it? No, I just saw them at the zoo, I don't know, I know exactly what you're talking about. Ah, meerkat, that's it, not a muskrat. Meerkat, that's a very good guess. Ah, damn, not quite. So meerkat is also a carnivore, so it doesn't quite count. Shit. Your Dank says there's no such thing as a meerkat, it's a meerkat. Someone else said capybara. Capybara's a good guess. Nope. God damn it. We're not getting any closer. A capybara is apparently relatively the same as us humans, so it includes primates, rodents, legomorphs, tree shrews, primates, and kulogos. So it's not any of those. It's not a manatee. It's not a hyrax, but it is from Africa, and it is some form of shrew or mole or elephant, I guess. Need us an elephant, said Jayhawk. Let's do that. Nope. Seriously? Beaver? No, because beavers are from the United States, I'm pretty sure. We're literally guessing every other Afrotherian. What the fuck is left? Also, Hadner says, just checking what game or website is this. This is called Metazoa. M-E-T-A-Z-O-O-A. It's a, oh, here we go. Metazoa is like a game where you very, what do you call it? Wordle style. Try and guess a creature. What else? What else? Ottershrew? We can try an Ottershrew, because that seemed to name it. Oh, Ottershrew isn't on here. What if we just do mole? No, nothing. Ugh, and it placed mole way the fuck down here, so it's quite literally tied to Africa somehow. A gerbil, shrews and voles and stuff. Should we do like aardvark? Because that's on here, and you can see a picture of the little guy laying down, and that's the only other thing I can think of. Mariak agrees. Yeah, an aardvark. That was fucking hard. Jesus fuck. Aardvark is a medium-sized burrowing nocturnal animal native to Africa. It's the only living member of the genus Ornithopterus, the family Ornithopterae, and the... Oh my god! What the fuck? It's the only thing in its order, its family, and its genus. How the hell was I supposed to guess that using this game? Ugh. We were set up to fail, chat. That was not good. Robert says hello from Texas. Hey! Nodzer says poorly. We did not do good. All right, well, I'm gonna go back to staring at, where is it? Yeah, there we go. What else is new with you guys? We have like 20 minutes left with stream, and I am out of things to talk about. I know we could play some games for 20 minutes. We could go in and kill things in Dead Island. Paul the Map Guy says, Aardvark, does it give you things to guess in alphabetical order? Oh shit, wait, you guys wanted to try the plant one. Mind you, I haven't done this, and I can guarantee I'm not gonna do well in it, because it's just gonna be straight up guessing. Like, I'm not good at this. Also, Weebad says there are coder in chat so we can guess D&D creatures. That would require someone to go through and... Oh, but I guess you could say like, okay, well, this creature and this creature that you're trying to guess both are oozes. Or you could kind of narrow it down that way. Also, hey, Aladile, how's it going? Welcome in. Aladile. Great to have you. Oh, sorry, the Aladile. God forbid I forget your title. Welcome to the board. And Christos says if the plant is alive, Diana doesn't know it. Why am I catching strays? I'm trying to have an educational fucking stream here, okay? Also, Miriak says common names will make this difficult. Yeah, but let's try it. Let's see. It gives us 25 guesses, so we've got a decent amount of time. It starts off at the top, Verita Plantae, which is the plant part of the tree of life, I guess. It's a species of eukaryotic organisms, most of which obtain their energy by photosynthesis. The green plants are chloroplast-bearing autotrophs that play an important primary production role in both terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems. Ooh, Miriak also says, so let's start with Ericameria ericaceae, which is mock heather. Can we just, will it let us do heather in general? No, mock heather. No, Ericameria? It says turmeric, and that's the closest we got. Yvette says ivy. Oh wait, and Drongle says Mary Jane weed. Wait, let's do, will it let us? No, it won't. It won't let us do marijuana. Fuck. Cannabis, no. Damn it. Samantha says we should start with roses. That's a good point. Let's do rose. Holy shit, it's in the rose family. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, strong start. Rosaceae, the rose family, is a family of flowering plants that includes 4,828 known species and 91 genera. So, we're one down, fucking 4,827 to go. That's a really solid start. That's crazy. Nostra says this is meant to be. Jesus, I fucking guess. Miriam says blackberry. Oh yeah, blackberry. Is that sounds like it would be in the same family. No, not so much. Roses and blackberries are part of a different, oh. There's no info on that, on what they have in common. That's fine. We'll go back up to the rose family. Maybe people are saying tulips, sweetbriars, apples. Apples is a good one. Apples are, they're technically roses. That's why you can do this crazy shit such as, oh my god, so apple grafting. So there's this thing that you can do where you can take a plant, and as long as it shares a family with a different plant, you can Frankenstein them together and create an entirely new plant, which is how people will create apple trees that are either really short by just grafting them to really small growing trunks, or they will graft, basically like apple tree trunks and then have roses growing out the top. So that means that you can get, rose grafting. Because they're related, you can put them together. And so you can get like, oh my God, what is it called? Where are they? They're very famous. They're rose trees. Damn it. Oh, yeah, here we are. No, that's just a normal rose. Fuck. But you can basically put rose bushes onto the top of an apple tree trunk and get like rose trees. There we go. Kind of like this. Then you can also get a single tree that has a bunch of different types of fruit coming out of it. No, not that guy. So you can have different branches of the tree, each have a different type of fruit. So, oh yeah, Yves says that's how lemons are made. They're a mix of sour oranges and citrons. Oh shit, that's so cool. Drunk of Vlad concurs. Yeah, I like grafting. Okay, but we're gonna guess apple. Yeah, amygdaloidae. Amygdaloidae is a subfamily within the flowering plant family of Rosaceae. It was formerly considered, by the way, these pronunciations are like 100% wrong, by the way. Do not quote me on these. It was formerly considered by some authors to be separate from Rosacea, and the family names Pruniaceae and Amygdalaceae, Jesus fuck, have been used. To solve this problem, a larger subfamily was defined that includes the former Amygdaloidae, Spiradioae, and Malloidae. Ah, it looks like there's cherries in here though. That's a solid start. Big Brother DM, hello, saying welcome back. What topic are we on right now? So we're playing Metaflora, which is a game where you very much like Wordle style try and guess a plant by making a bunch of guesses. You have 25, and every time you make a guess, it'll tell you what the goal plant that you're trying to guess and the plant that you guessed have in common. Nonster says, is daffodil in there? It might be. We can check. First off, though, Big Brother DM, welcome to the board. Thank you so much for your support. Lovely to have you. Big Brother DM. Perfect. And then Christoph says, is this pig Latin? It feels like it. Also, hey, Maddie. Hello. Let's guess daffodil, because I'm pretty sure it's part of a different family, but we'll find out the hard way. Yeah, daffodils are way the fuck up here. So, unfortunately, there's nothing immediately in common. Someone also said meadowsweet. It's amphibious and a yellow plant related to roses. Meadowsweet isn't in here. Is there a different name for it? Someone also said cherry blossom. We don't have cherry blossom. We could do sakura? No. Let's just do normal cherries because they're on here. Yeah, it's in the picture. It's a prunus. Okay, a prunus is a genus of flowering trees and shrubs from the family Rosaceae. The genus includes plums, cherries, peaches, nectarines, apricots, and almonds. This is getting closer, chat. We actually know what these things are. I actually know these words. Let's see. Big Brother DM says it's an interesting game. Also, Ty says, is this game free and where can I play? You can. Just Google Metaflora and it'll take you there. It's free once per day and all that. And then you can practice rounds if you want to. Prunus ilcifolia, says Miriak. Tim Marathon also wants us to guess apricot? Let's do that. No, it's not an apricot. It's another similar fruit though. Go with a nut first to narrow it down a bit more. Ooh, that's a good point. Let's see. And Chocolatier says you could graft together a literal tree of life. And Deuce says when it comes to grafting, there's a tree of 40 fruits. A peach? A peach is a good one, like a little stone fruit. That'll get us closer. Hey, you nailed it. Fuck yeah, Jeffin. Well done. So the peach is a deciduous tree that bears edible juicy fruits with various characteristics. Most are simply called peaches, while the glossy-skinned, non-fuzzy varieties are called nectarines. Is that what the difference between a peach and a nectarine is? Ah, shit, I had no idea. Ty says, how long have you been playing? Maybe about like the past half hour, maybe? We're coming up on the end of stream, so we're kind of just like figuring out what to do in the meantime. We could also, I kind of want to look at some more, grafting experiments. Plant grafting experiments. Nah, these are like what you can do at home. I mean, tree of 40 fruits. Yeah! Branch by branch, an artist grafts a tree of 40 fruits. Imagine dozens of different kinds of fruit all hanging from a single tree. An artist is building a tree branch by branch. Ugh, goodness. He'll take a peach tree, for example, and he'll take a branch from it and put it on a plum tree. And he's explaining how he does it. It's called the Tree of Life. And he drew what it would look like in full bloom. Cool. So this is his whole presentation. Oh my god, it was a TEDx talk. Holy shit. Damn. It is pretty though. All the fucking flowers and everything, like this diagram. That's so cool. Also, Drunkle says, imagine you go to for a peach and it's a peach-sized cherry. I think they have those. They have crosses between peaches and cherries that are kind of like, oh my god, I don't know, cherry plums, I want to say, that are quite large in that sense. I think. Don't quote me on that. Oh my god, Gummy Zombie, thank you so much for the 100 bits, saying, I just want to say that was an absolute blessing being able to see you. Thank you for being so amazing and taking pictures with me. Oh my god, 1000%. I love saying hi to folks. I'm always down for pictures and stuff. Palpatine's Fist says, James and the Giant Peach. Okay, am I crazy, or did James and the Giant Peach end really fucking weirdly? What was the synopsis? James and the Giant Peach was... There was a fucked up looking spider in it, right? It's a musical film. That's not what I'm talking about. Where's the OG James and the Giant Peach? Novel of the same name. There we go. Children's novel written in 1961. Because they carved it out and, like, lived inside, right? The plot centers on a young English orphan boy who enters a gigantic magical peach and has a wild and surreal cross-world adventure with 7 magically altered garden bugs he meets. Dahl was originally going to write about a giant cherry, but changed it to James and the Giant Peach because the peach is prettier, bigger, and squishier than a cherry. Because of the story's occasional macabre and potentially frightening content, it's become a regular target of censors. What the fuck? JX says it beginning to middled weirdly? Oh. Also, Drunkle Vlad says, have you seen Japanese melons? I haven't. Are they the square ones? The ones that look like they're out of Minecraft? That'd be cool, though. Let's see. James Henry Trotter is a boy who lives happily with his parents by the sea in the south of England. When he's 4 years old, an oddly carnivorous raging rhinoceros escapes from the London Zoo and eats James's parents while they're on a shopping trip? What the fuck? I didn't know the kid became an orphan within the first couple pages. No one told me that. Wait, Deuce Covington says a kid travels the world on a massive fruit with a band of insects. What, pray tell, is the normal ending? I don't know. The discovery that he's woken up and it was all just a dream. The discovery that it was a drug trip the whole time. Oh god. Christoph says, wait, James and the Giant Peach wasn't a fever dream I had as a kid. And Weebad says that's a children's book. Apparently. Also, bad rep for rhinoceri. Okay, so James ends up in the care of his 2 cruel aunts, Aunt Spiker and Aunt Sponge, who physically and verbally abuse him, isolate him in their ramshackle hilltop house and garden, dole out sadistic punishments for the smallest infractions, force him to sleep on bare floorboards in prison cell-like rooms, and force him to do heavy chores most of the time that they never bother doing themselves, and they also call him only insults instead of his real name. What the fuck? I did not remember any of this. Now it just says, welcome to... Roald Dahl. It's definitely a kid's book. Oh my god. Ugh. One day after James has been living with his aunts for 3 years, when he's sent behind a clump of laurel bushes for only requesting a day trip to the seaside, he meets a mysterious man who gives him a bag of magical crystals, instructing James to use them in a potion that would change his life for the better. Okay, definitely drugs. This man sold this guy meth. What do you mean magical crystals and a potion? Nasser says it was the 60s? Oh my god. Instructing James to use them in a potion that would change his life. When returning home, James stumbles and spills the bag on the ground, losing the crystals as they dig themselves underground next to a nearby barren peach tree. Immediately, the tree, in turn, produces a single peach, which soon grows to the size of a house. The next day, Spiker and Sponge build a fence around it and earn money by selling viewing tickets to tourists. That's quick work. The next day, they built a house, when previously they wouldn't lift a finger to do basic chores? Please. Christoph says magic crystals and potions is all you need. And a Gummy Zombie says, definitely must have been suppressed memories in my head because now I'm remembering everything. Yeah, holy shit. Hi, Vegetabilis, over on YouTube. Great to see ya. After the tourists have gone... Oh wait, James is locked in the house, only able to see the peach in the crowd through the bars of his bedroom window. But after the tourists have gone, James is assigned to clean the rubbish around the peach and finds a hole inside it. He crawls in through a tunnel and finds himself in a room in the enlarged peach pit. There he meets Centipede, Miss Spider, Old Green Grasshopper, Earthworm, Ladybug, Glowworm, and Silkworm, who become his friends and express their dreams of leaving Spiker and Sponge's Hill, as their lives, like James's, have been made miserable by the two aunts. How did they all become friends so fast? The next day, the Centipede cuts the stem of the peach, causing it to roll away and crush James's aunts to death? Jesus fuck, no wonder this shit is censored. Mr. Smile says, I mean, Alice in Wonderland is an antipsychotic trip. Yeah. Natsu says, they might have cut some of this book for various printings. They didn't start protecting kids till at least the 80s, but I have this book from when I was less than 12. Ooh. Also, Jayok says, shared enemy, a tactic that works well in bringing D&D parties together too. Fair. So they crushed the fucking ants, and after leaving behind a trail of minor destruction, including crashing through a chocolate factory. Dude, chocolate-covered nectarine bits. Ugh. It reaches the sea and is surrounded by ravenous sharks. James uses Miss Spider and Silkworm to make threads, while Earthworm is used as bait and draws 501 seagulls to the peach, whereupon the threads are tied on their necks. This sounds like animal abuse to me. The peach is lifted off the water and then high above the clouds during the journey, while James learns about his friends' lives before they encountered each other. The centipede accidentally falls overboard. Jesus fuck. Okay, but gets rescued. Thank God. As night falls, the peach encounters the Cloudmen, who are portrayed as responsible for weather like hailstorms and rainbows. The centipede mocks the Cloudmen, who throw things at the ground until they get clear. The peach briefly gets entangled in the ropes holding up a rainbow, making the Cloudman jump onto one of the seagull strings, which the centipede cut loose. And in retaliation for the loss of one of their friends, the Cloudmen hurl cans of rainbow paint. What is happening? This is a fever dream. This is worse than the OG Pinocchio, dude, and that's saying something. Oh my God. Okay, they briefly encounter a giant bat, but I guess we're glossing over that. James sees that the group has reached New York City. Of course. Of course. It's just elf in a different font. A Gummy Zombie says drugs is what is happening. Jesus. Also, hi, Bane Speaker. Welcome in. Let's see. Oh my God. The wings of a passing plane sever the strings holding them to the seagulls, and the peach lands on the Empire State Building. It's mistaken for a bomb, and then a spaceship. And then James tells his story. A bunch of children in New York eat the peach. Everyone gets jobs, and they live in Central Park in the pit of the peach. Oh my God. They put the kid to work? Weebad says this is a horror story. It's not for kids. It reminds me of, okay, so someone, where is it? Images. Oh, Jesus. This is a horror story. Where did they get clothes too? Ugh. Ugh. Why does the stem look like that? Bleh. It reminds me of, oh my gosh, the OG Pinocchio, original Pinocchio. Yeah, there's some crazy shit that happens in Pinocchio. Fucking, the original story has Pinocchio getting, like, full-on hung from a tree. He kills the cricket, by the way, first thing. The cricket that follows him throughout the rest of the story is the ghost of the cricket that he first ran into because he threw a mallet at it and crushed it. The fairy, the blue fairy, basically fucking hates the guy. She keeps trying to help him, and then he keeps basically taking her gifts and throwing them in her face, and then she eventually just kind of gives up on him. The entire donkey plot line is crazy. It's insanity, the whole thing. Also, he treats Geppetto like shit the whole time. He can't stand the guy. He runs away from home, he spends all his money, he like basically starves to death on several occasions, even though he's just a puppet. Yeah, Geppetto goes to prison at some point because of him. It's, old children's books get crazy. What else? Catch Fools, the Gorilla Judge, the Giant Snake. I don't remember the snake. Oh my God, as Pinocchio heads back to the forest, he finds an enormous snake with a smoking tail blocking the way. I don't know why the tail was smoking, but go off, I guess. He asks the serpent to move, but it remains completely still, so Pinocchio assumes it's dead. He begins to step over it, but it suddenly rises up and hisses at him, toppling him over his head. Struck by Pinocchio's fright and comical position, the snake laughs so hard that he bursts an artery and dies. Like, I don't remember that part at all. They just glossed over it. It's just straight up just something that happens to happen. It's not a fight. They just wanted to kill off a snake, I guess. Hadnerfallen says my favorite is still the Little Match Girl. Oh my God, wait, yeah, why does that ring a bell? The Little Match Girl. A musical by Hans Christian Andersen, a story about a dying kid's hopes and dreams. Okay, on a freezing New Year's Eve, a poor young girl, shivering, bareheaded, and barefoot, unsuccessfully tries to sell matches in the street. Afraid to go home because her father would beat her for failing to sell any matches and not earning even a single penny. Jesus. She huddles in an alley between two houses and lights matches one by one to warm herself. In the flame, she sees a series of comforting visions: a warm iron stove, a lovely roasted goose, a kind, loving family, and a great, glorious Christmas tree. Each vision disappears as the match burns out. In the sky, she sees a shooting star, which her late grandmother told her meant someone's on their way to heaven. In the flames, she sees her late grandmother, the only person that ever treated her with love and kindness, and to keep the vision of her grandmother alive as long as possible, the girl lights the entire bundle of matches she has. Oh my god. When the matches are gone, the girl freezes to death in the cold weather as her grandmother carries her soul to heaven. The next morning, the passersby find the girl's body with a smile on her face and express pity, but they do not know about the wonderful visions she had seen or how happy she is with her grandmother in heaven. What is the point of that story? That is an insane tale to tell children. What the fuck? What's the lesson there? It was turned into to various films, music, TV, a list of oh my god. I love how the reference is a near-death experience. Okay. A story about a dying child's dream and hope that immediately gets crushed, by the way, by, I'm assuming, capitalism? It also turned into a VR film. Oh my god. All right, well, Hunter says it's in the category of be happy with what you have. Someone else always has it worse kind of stories. Oh, that makes sense. Let's see. Michael says it's too sad even for Disney. Yeah. I think that's about all the time we have. Sorry to leave off on such a fucking wildly downer note. Oh my god. And Hunter says, I mean, it is Scandinavia, so also kind of capitalism too. Yeah. It also, Paul the Map Guy says, making you ask, what is this? I have to find out means the story's marketing is working. I doubt that's how they imagined the marketing scheme going back when this was published in, what, 1889? Oh, sorry, 1846. Jesus, I doubt they imagined some random e-girl would be like, damn, this is fucked up. We should Google it. Bad says we never guessed the plant. We did. We did peach. We guessed it. It's here. Did a decent job of that, too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys back again next week on Monday because I'm not traveling anymore, so I will actually be here on Monday, which is insane, right? Crazy work. For those watching on TikTok, I'll say goodbye to all of y'all now. And then for those watching on YouTube, I will be back tomorrow for a vertical live stream there. You can tune in. It's going to be about 5 o'clock Pacific, most likely later, definitely not earlier, and potentially I'll move it. It's kind of a random thing that just happens in the latter half of the week. Twitch, you're welcome to pop in too, since I won't be Twitch streaming tomorrow, so head on over to YouTube, and if you haven't subscribed already, definitely check it out. In the meantime, I'm gonna send you guys over to a friend of mine. Let's see who's on. There's got to be a lot of people doing like TwitchCon recaps and things like that too. Oh my god, yeah, Charvana is doing a TwitchCon recap. Terraform is also up. Let's see. Oh my god, Concho is back. And he's got Twitch alerts Scream alerts on. So we could do that. Let's see. Any times, EU time zone friendly streams. Not that I can see. Ooh. Yeah, scrolling through it all seems pretty normal. Let me go ahead and send you guys over to... Andronimo says, almost missed the streak. Welcome back, Andronimo. Yeah, let's send you guys over to Concho. We'll say hi to Concho, tell him congrats on becoming a partner, tell him congrats on joining his first partner party and going to TwitchCon for the first time as a partner. In the meantime, I'll see you guys, as mentioned, tomorrow. Definitely show him some love, and until then, bye-bye. That's not the button.